Today I'm going to start with question number 1, solve sixth part. So here the question is 2 whole 2 upon 3 plus 3 whole 1 by 2. 2 whole 2 upon 3 plus 3 whole 1 by 2. How we have to do this question? I already told you at the beginning. First we need to convert the mixed fraction into the improper fraction. Here we have both fraction which is in mixed form. So first I will convert these fraction into improper fraction. Okay, so see, after converting it, 3 to the 6 plus 2 8, 3 to the 6 plus 1 7. Here we will get 8 upon 3 plus here I will get 7 upon 2. Then maybe you have doubts, or if you missed the last class, I want to explain you once again how we have to convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. See, I have given solution here. What we need to do, first we multiply the denominator with the whole number. This is denominator 3, see here, this is denominator and this is whole number. We need to multiply these two numbers, then whatever the answer we will get, we will add with the numerator. 2 multiplied by 3 plus 2, and here we are doing the same thing, 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1. Okay, I only told you about one word which is MAD, M-A-D, MAD. Yeah, MAD. So MAD means multiplication, addition and denominator will same. MAD stands for multiplication, addition and denominator will remain same. So multiplication of what? Multiplication of whole number with denominator. Addition, the result with numerator, and denominator is still same. So here check it, multiplication of whole number with denominator, 2 multiplied by 3, and whatever the answer you will get, you will add with 2 and denominator will same. So here denominator is 3 and here I also have written 3. Same thing we will do with the next term, 3 whole 1 by 2. So here I multiplied 3 multiplied by 2 plus 1 upon 2. As a result I have get here 6 plus 2 upon 3 plus 6 plus 1 upon 2. So your final answer will become 8 multiplied by 3 plus, so final answer you will get 8 upon 3 plus 7 upon 2. Now afterward you need to add these questions. How you are going to add this? I already explained you such questions. In this condition we are doing cross multiplication. Cross multiplication in the sense, multiply the denominator of the second fraction or the second term with the numerator of the first fraction. Then we'll put the sign between them. Here the sign is plus. Then we will multiply the denominator of the first fraction with the numerator of the second fraction. See, okay, multiply the denominator of the second fraction with the numerator of first fraction, 8 multiplied by 2, and then put the sign between them. Here the sign is plus, so I have written here plus. Then multiply the numerator of second fraction with the denominator of first fraction, 7 multiplied by 3 is equals to 8 to the 16, 7 3 the 21. Then afterward you multiply the denominator of both fractions, 3 to the 6. Then whatever answer you will get after solving this, you write here and comment me. I will see your answer. Last time I received only few students answer, but this time I want that all students will give your answer and write it on comment box. Now I'm going to start next question. Question number 2. Arrange the following in descending order. Descending order means decreasing order. Descending order means decreasing order, means from greater to smaller. So here we will arrange the fraction in decreasing order. See what is our fraction? Here the fraction is 2 upon 9, 2 upon 3, 8 upon 21. And the second part is 1 by 5, 3 upon 7 and 7 upon 10. Both questions are similar. So here I am going to solve only first part and second part is your homework. Now here I am going to start. See, after looking the fractions, what you will understand? Here after watching these fractions, you can guess your answers, which one is greater and which one is smaller. So here both the numerator is 2, 2. And here the denominator is 9, here the denominator is 3. So maybe this one is greater. And here you see 8 is there and 21 is there. Here the numerator is also greater and denominator is also greater. So you can say this one is greater than this one, than this one. But are you sure that this is greater? First, second, third, are you sure about it? Maybe not. Here you made a guess and you are not sure in your answer. You cannot say your answer is correct or not. But if the denominators of all the fractions will be same, then can you analyze it? Yes or no? Yes, you can analyze it very easily because all parts are same. What we are writing at denominator, in denominator place we are writing the total parts. So here we need to make these fraction, or we need to convert these fraction into like fractions. Which fraction? Like fraction. So what is the step? I already explained you about it in the previous part. I have done on one question like this. Exercise 2.1, question number 1, fifth part I have done with the same method. Okay, so first in this condition we will take the LCM of the denominators. So the first step to make your fraction like, take the LCM of denominators. So LCM of 9, 3 and 21. 3 3 the 9, 3 1 the 3 and 3 7 the 21. Why I have started with 3? Because 3 is the smallest number which can divide any of these numbers. Here we know that the smallest number is 2, but 2 cannot divide any of these numbers. 3 is the number which can divide, 3 is the smallest number which can divide any of these numbers. So I have taken 3 here. So how I have divided? 3 3 the 9, 3 1 the 3 and 3 7 the 21. Again 3 1 the 3, 3 1 the 3 and 7 as it is. 7 the 7, and here we have 1 in all the places. So afterward I told you last time, when we have 1 left, then we will multiply the numbers which is written at left hand side. So multiply 3 into 3 with 7, you will get here 63. Now further I explained you last time how we are converting the fractions into like fractions. So here are the following steps. First we will write the LCM at the denominator. So denominator is, so here LCM is 63, then it becomes the denominator. So we are writing 63 at denominator. Then first step, you need to divide the LCM with the denominator of the first fraction. 63 divided by 9. Then whatever the result you will get, multiply with numerator, multiply by 2. Similarly here, 63 divided by 3 multiply by 2. What I am doing here, I am dividing the denominator, I am dividing the LCM with the denominator, then the result I am multiplying with numerator. Okay, so after dividing 63 with 9, you will get here 7 and multiply 2. Here 63 divided by 3, you will get 21, multiply 2. 63 divided by 21, multiply 8. After doing multiplication, 7 to the 14, 21 to the 42 and 3 8 the 24. Here, now your fraction become like fraction. How? The first fraction will be 41 upon 63, second fraction 42 upon 63 and third fraction 24 upon 63. And we, after arranging it, we will get 42 upon 63 is the greater one, then 24 upon 63 and the smallest one will be 14 upon 63. Is it correct? And the actual form or actual value of these fractions will be 42 will be denoted to the 2 by 3, 24 will be denoted to 8 upon 21 and 14 will be denoted to 2 upon 9, and your answer is exactly different which you expected. Yes or no? Yes. So that is why it is important to convert fraction into like fraction to compare. If you will not convert fraction into like fraction, your answer may be wrong. Is that clear? Now after that I am going to start next question, question number 3. In a magic square, the sum of the numbers in each row, in column and along the diagonal is the same. Is this magic square? Here you see in question you have given a table like this. The question is asking, is this a magic square? So read this part very carefully. The sum of the numbers in each row, in column and along the diagonal is same. So what is the meaning of this statement? The sum of the numbers in each row, in each column and along the diagonal is same. It means if you are going to add this question in any way, row wise, column wise or diagonal wise, your answer will be equal. If the sum of these numbers row wise, column wise or diagonal wise are same, then it will be a magic square, otherwise it will not be a magic square. So to understand this, first we should know what are rows and what are columns and what are diagonals in this. So see, first this is first row, 4 upon 11, 9 upon 11 and 2 upon 11. This is our first row. Here this will become second row and this is third row. Okay, first row, second row and third row. Now We are going to talk about columns. This is first column, second column, and third column. Okay. Now diagonal. First diagonal, or you can say this is the diagonal and this is another diagonal. We have two diagonal, first diagonal and this one is second diagonal. Cross means diagonals, horizontal means rows, vertical means columns. I repeat, horizontal rows, vertical columns, and slant or cross is diagonals. Okay, now we are going to perform the addition and check all the conditions, is it true or not. We want similar answer in all the condition while we are adding row wise or column wise or diagonal wise. If the condition is true, then this is a magic square, otherwise it is not a magic square. So see the first part, 4 upon 11, 9 upon 11 and 2 upon 11. So here we are noticing first thing, and it is, and after watching this I am feeling very better. Why? Because all fractions are like. It means here we don't need to do any multiplication, any division. So this we will do very easily with simple method. Okay, see how. First we will write the denominator as it is, because all denominators are same. The denominators of all the fractions here are same. Only we will write 4 plus 9 plus 2 at the numerator, like this. Okay, 4 plus 9 plus 2 upon 11. Why? Because these are like fraction. Do you know what are like fraction? If you forget, beta, see my previous video. I will give you link here. Okay, so this is like fraction, that's why we are doing or performing this addition very simply. And whatever the answer you will get after converting into mixed fraction, comment me. Now second row, after performing addition, here also I am getting the same result, 15 upon 11. Okay, is it correct? 11 as it is, 3 plus 5 plus 7, you will get 15. Now third row, same thing, 8 plus 1 plus 6 equals to 15, and denominator is same, so we will write here as it is. Now first column, 4 upon 11 plus 3 upon 11 plus 8 upon 11. When we are going to perform addition, 4 plus 3, 7 plus 8 equals to 15, 15 upon 11. Now second column, 9 upon 11 plus 5 upon 11 plus 1 upon 11. 9, 5, 14 plus 1, 15. Here also you will get the same answer. So till now I am getting same answers of all given conditions, first row, second row, third row. Now next third column, here also I am getting the same answer. Now second last, first diagonal. Here I have written first diagonal, so I am taking this as first diagonal, 4 upon 11, 5 upon 11 and 6 upon 11. And after performing addition, here also answer is same. Now second diagonal, 2 upon 11, 5 upon 11, 8 upon 11. when we are going to add this, 2 plus 5 7 plus 8 15 upon 11. So here answer is also same. So now you answer me, is this a magic square? Yes or no? Write your answer in comment box. Now next question. A rectangular sheet of paper is 12 hole 1 by 2 centimeter long and 10 hole 2 by 3 centimeter wide. Find the perimeter. Okay, this is a rectangular sheet of paper which is length is given, length, long means length. What is the meaning of long? Here the long means length and wide means breadth. So length is equals to 12 whole 1 by 2 and breadth is equals to 10 whole 2 by 3 centimeter. Both answer is in centimeter. Okay. Here both values given in centimeter. Now see solution. First of all, you should know what is the perimeter of rectangle. The perimeter of rectangle is equals to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Am I correct? You have studied in class 6th. So length equals to 12 whole 1 by 2 centimeter, breadth equals to 10 whole 2 by 3 centimeter. Perimeter equals to 2 multiplied by length plus breadth. Here you see beta. Afterward, you have to put the value. Here you can see that length equals to 12 whole 1 by 2 and breadth equals to 10 whole 2 by 3. So this you will write here and this you will write here. Now put the value. 2 multiplied by, in place of length you have written 12 whole 1 by 2, in place of breadth 10 whole 2 by 3. And here we are following the same step which we have done in part 6 of question number 1. Here also we will do the same thing. First multiply the denominator of the fraction with the whole number, then add with 1. Okay, here also multiply the denominator of the fraction, then add with 2, and the result you will get 2 multiplied by 25 upon 2 plus 32 upon 3. Then afterward we need to perform addition. How to perform addition? I told you to do cross multiplication. 25 by multiply by 3, then use the sign between them. Here the sign is plus, then use plus sign, then 32 multiply by 2 upon multiply both denominator 3 into 2. After multiplication you will get 75 plus 64 upon 6. Then further you will get the answer 139 upon 3, and whatever the answer will come after converting it into the mixed fraction, you comment me. Okay, so that's all for today, and 5th question I will start in next class, and at that time we will complete our first exercise. Hope you will doing well. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.